So, folks, I've got with me a very undercover Ginger St. James. She is a Canadian, well-renowned rockabilly. Uh, we can say rockabilly chick. It's probably the best way. So, tell me about yourself. I know that you live in Ontario, and you're known as chick from the sticks for some odd reason.
I'm a country girl. I'm a farmer's daughter. So
Okay.
I grew up in rural areas with lots of room and not too many neighbors.
Oh, okay. So 2 kilometers out from the next door neighbor.
Yeah, pretty much.
So where are you at now? I understand that you're more central to Ontario currently.
I am. So I'm in Southern Ontario area, the Hamilton region at the moment.
Nice.
It's yeah, it's where all the action is, and you know.
So how long have you been actually doing music? Because you've got a long history based on what I've seen. Eventually you were doing burlesque. You dropped that. You became a rockabilly star. But how long have you been actually doing music? I'm probably since the age of 6 or 7, if not a little bit younger.
Yeah, I've been doing music since I was probably 2.5.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, and my nanny and grand, they had a separate room with a stereo system, and my granddad used to hook up the microphone for me and just kind of let me go at it. So I even wrote songs then. I don't know how much sense they made, but yeah, and I just didn't know at the time. I mean, I love the music. I love learning about big band and classic country from going to the barn, and of course rock and roll at car shows. I knew I wanted to be a performer. I also grew up with musicals, so musical theater was attractive to me, and that's where I got my start in burlesque.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And when did you decide that rockabilly was the way to go?
Well, I mean, it just moves. It's got a heartbeat. I don't sit down and say I'm going to write a rockabilly song. Most of the time the song kind of takes over, and that's what it becomes. But like I said, like going to car shows with my dad since
Mhm.
I was like 4 or 5, all they're playing is rockabilly, throughout those car shows. So you figure, you know, I'm not going to date myself, but I've been going to car shows well over 20 years with Farmer Paul, my dad.
Okay, I understand that you like to dabble or create music that's the rockabilly, country, and blues.
Right.
Um, and it's a nice mix. It's an eclectic mix of music that can actually lead to a fine album. So I can't wait to hear "Told You" when it releases on the 21st of March. So tell us about the creation process for this new album. When did you start, and when was it mixed and ready to release?
I started writing this record in the early months of 2020.
Hmm.
Um, I've I wrote more when the damn panic hit in March. So Lonely Crying Blues was born out of that. Please Renee was born out of that. Um, and then we had to move. I mean, I wasn't working right anymore, so we had
Hmm.
to figure out different places to stay. And I bought myself a trailer, stashed it on my dad's property. That story about the trailer is a whole nother country song. But and I had full intentions of finishing the record during that time. I'm like, I'm going to be the best songwriter. I'm going to be the best guitar player, and I did nothing of the sort. I was pretty pissed off at my guitar, to be honest. And like kind of resenting it, like, how dare you be my livelihood? And I like had nothing creative going on at all. It was pretty terrible. But then, once all that got over with, I had I have a lyric box. So I had a big box of lyrics. I had some songs that were halfway done. So they began being written in 2020. I'd say maybe three of them were finished. And then, I relocated, and then nothing happened. But I took like what's in the lyric box are like one-liners or ideas or half songs that I didn't finish. So when I was finally able to write something creatively, all the songs were finished within like 2 or 3 days. Um, and and then we took them to the band and made them all fancy, and then we started recording.
So, apart from yourself, who's your band members currently?
So on the Told You record, our posse is No Hill Slim. We've played together since the beginning.
Hmm.
Chris Altman, I mean, he's over decades old now with the band. Chris Altman plays bass. Cleve Anderson, he's a real rock and roller. He's a legend from Toronto, Ontario, and he's on the pots and pans. And there were some double duty jobs within the group as well.
Okay.
So yeah, Chris played pedal steel and the bass and piano, things like that.
Oh wow. Okay. So you're the main singer. You play guitar.
Yes.
Favorite guitar?
My favorite guitar is my Guild M120 that I'm playing.
Oh,
It's
nice.
it's got some mojo for sure.
So once the album was finished and mixed and the announcement came out, what's your hope for this particular album going down towards the eventual future of touring, going to gigs, participating in festivals?
Well, absolutely. I mean, I hope this record reaches a lot of people. When they put that on, they can either giggle or just like feel like good vibes from it. And I feel it's really enjoyable. Not every song is the same at all, but the cohesive sound comes from the band and I. And
Uh-huh.
of course, it's not.
Okay, so it's gonna be fun to actually. Sadly, I'm in New Brunswick, so going to go see you in the live show is it's not
You.
in the current plans.
Not at the moment. We're working on things, I'll tell you though. Can't
Well,
say anything much more than that.
I know that the Smoky Mountain Festival over in Nova Scotia might be your fit because of the type of music that you play.
Yeah, I think so.
That.
I think that's going to be a next year thing because the record, I mean, there was a lot of delays with it.
Mhm.
It's been a long time coming. Like we'd worked on it for a long time, but there were delays. So when the booking season approaches, that starts in October for the following year, say for February or, festivals in the summer too.
Mhm.
So I know definitely next year our plates are going to be so full. We already have a really great schedule up until September. Then we're going to go out west for a bit, and then we're going to probably come see you guys in the east.
We can only hope. So, Ginger, apart from being an incredible musician and an incredible singer and being the leader of a band, you're also a human being. So, do you take time or do you have time to actually do any possible hobbies that you enjoy having close at hand?
Well, right now I'm bedazzling my dress for Saturday. That's a hobby, I'd
Okay.
say. Hobbies, 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 hobbies. I don't know. Like I try not to slam myself with too much. I am busy, especially with these shows approaching. I'm quite apprehensive for no reason. They're all going to be good. It's just excitement, probably. Um, I forget what you asked.
Well, if you do hobbies like if you go out hiking, if you go out to roller skating, if you go out, if you just enjoy cooking or smoking meats for barbecue, so on and so forth.
Oh, well, for me, I really like fishing. I'm big on fishing.
Good
It's
for you.
probably the most relaxing thing for me. I can stand still fishing for like 6 hours straight. I can't
Wow.
even sit. I can hardly even sit at my own desk for 30 seconds. So I'm
Well,
very
that's good.
focused. I'm
That's
focused
good.
when I go out. I like horseback riding, and I like, I don't know. I like camping. I like archery. I like gun shooting, just shooting targets.
Okay.
That's like farm girl, country girl, tomboy stuff.
Well, it's perfect if you can actually stand still in a brook fishing for 6 hours straight without a care in the world.
No care.
You can have all the fish you want. I tried when I was young, and unfortunately, I was miserable doing it. All the hours that went by, the
Oh,
flies, the mosquitoes, the horse flies. No, I said no. I said no, N-O-N.
that's
Uh,
okay.
so, um, in your past events, well, with the Great Panic and then the relaxing of restrictions and everything else, everything started coming back. I know that you've released at least two albums, three if I count with a band in 2010.
Yeah.
Um, and you toured, you gigged, and you've made a name for yourself. So people are going to be happy to see you around. That much is a certainty.
I'm happy that they're happy. It's such a treat. Like, I know our first CD release, album party is this Saturday, and it's just going to be so many different things. You're going to be people in there who are like looking forward to see you, and you're like, oh, they really like me. You know what I mean? They came to see me. Like, they came to see me, and it's a trip. It's cool. So it's
Well,
just, I'm happy for people I'm glad I have new music from me for those people to enjoy.
yeah. Well, the fact that you're a performing musician, not someone that stands in the studio just recording or standing still in one location, that you're touring and going along, and there's a puppy.
Yeah, he's whining. This is Chico.
Chica, he's a Chihuahua, isn't he?
Chihuahua.
Oh, okay. The surefire thing is that you're capable of standing on stage and giving love, support to people by doing your music and enjoying doing it is going to be fun to hear about when they do reviews and do whatnots in regards to your album and your performances. Uh, One weird question that I'd like to ask is, what's your favorite food dish?
My favorite food dish. Oh boy. I don't know. I can't say. Cereal.
Cereal?
Like something sweet.
Okay. Well, there's many options. Trust me, I've heard everything under the sun when I've asked this question to people. But is there anything you'd like to add since we're doing this right now? Is there anything you want to announce or that you'd like to say about your album or about any of the performances that you're going to be doing?
Well, I really look forward to when we do get to come back to the East, because it's so much fun, and it's not where I live. So we get to travel a little bit, and yeah, I'm happy with the record. So, this time around, we have a solid tour set up with theaters this time, not just, so usually, you're on a tour on the road and you might get one or two theaters just here and there, but this is like theater, 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 theater. So that's a rise up for me. I'm like, I can be in bed by 11 o'clock at nighttime. So can everybody else. Just come to the show, have a good time.
Okay.
And we'll be just playing in Ontario, hitting some Northern Ontario places like Bancroft and Tweed, and also like Gormley and we're Paisley. And these are all Ontario dates, though.
Okay.
But yeah, there's going to be more to talk about. The best is yet to come.
Well, folks, you've heard it from Ginger St. James. Look forward to her newest album coming around on March 21st. It's called Told Ya. And she's going to tell you exactly what she means if you go see her in person.